What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? I was inspired by these little suckers. This is a kifla potato, a type of potato. We did a YouTube video on potatoes this week, so.
Your favourite potato, right?
It's,
One of?
I don't know if it's favourites. It's not caused controversy. It's certainly one of my favourites, yes. So it's it's a waxy potato. Works great for salads, and it especially works great for what's a fantastic salad with potato in it, Caitlin.
Niçoise.
A Niçoise salad, well done.
Love a Niçoise.
So I was like, oh, I'll make a Niçoise, but then we've got heaps of ingredients in the house at the moment, and I didn't want to buy any more, so.
So you're doing a Niçoise?
Well, I don't know. Could you call it a Niçoise? It's a salad with some fish on it.
Okay, and some
Not tuna.
Okay.
And some potatoes.
It's usually tuna, isn't it?
Yeah, usually tuna. And I'm not doing eggs. Well, probably could do eggs.
Oh,
actually.
that's right. Yeah, it does have eggs in it.
I don't have any anchovies, I don't think. I'll have to have a look. I don't have any olives.
Actually, it's not a Niçoise.
It's a nice salad, let's call it that. Well, it's not really, yeah. And I've got mushrooms that I need to use up too.
Okay. What type of mushrooms are these?
That's a shimishi mushroom.
Shimishi.
So I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese version. I'm sure there's in other parts of the world, they're pretty common.
Yeah.
Nice little mushroom. They just need to use up. We've only got, we're not here this weekend, so there's heaps of stuff we need to eat.
Great. Looks good. Lots of colour going on, and let's play some purple carrots.
Yeah. And I like these potatoes because you just scrub them, and then I've already cooked these, and then you can just peel them by just pulling the skin back like this, and they hold their shape really well, and all those delicious flavours are locked in there. So it's far easier than peeling potatoes.
Nice.
What are you drinking tonight, Caitlin?
We've gone to Tasmania tonight.
Tasmania.
Yeah. So we're drinking this little one, which is called Stargazer. It is their 2022 Chardonnay from Coal River Valley and Derwent Valley. So I came across, so the winemaker's Sam Connew. She's a really great winemaker based out in Tassie. I think actually she's originally from New Zealand.
Hey, of course she's good then.
Yeah. So I first came across her wines, actually it's not that long ago. We're having lunch with my family at Same in Brisbane, which is it's Thai, isn't it? It's a modern Thai, Southeast Asian
Yeah, I think it is
restaurant.
Thai. Yeah.
And I had their Riesling there, a bottle of the Riesling, and it was amazing, and it worked really well with really fresh, sort of spicy dishes. And then they stock it at one of the local bottle shops here on the coast called Market Wine Store. And
Where you used to work.
Where I did work there for a little stint. So first time trying the Chardonnay, and it's lovely. I really like Tasmanian Chardonnay. I find them to be a little bit softer, a little bit more mineral than like your big sort of oaky Chardonnays. While those absolutely had their place, I like something that's a little bit lighter. It's really, really textural. So it's kind of like your stone fruits, a bit florally, very textural, and it's really lovely and has a good nose on it. I like a good nose. So that's what we're drinking.
Cute.
So just prepping the potatoes.
Yeah, I just peeled them. I was going to slice them into kind of bite-sized pieces. It's an annoying size potato because it's like not quite big enough to cut in half, but
yeah,
that's all right. I'm being pedantic here.
Okay.
Then I'm just going to pan fry some barramundi. Do you want to grab that from the fridge for me?
Sure.
So barramundi is I'm pretty sure it's a native Australian, I'm almost certain it's a native Australian fish. It's very common in Australia. It's quite a hearty fish, but it pan fries really well. The skin gets nice and crispy, which is nice. It's quite a firm flesh. And I guess it has got like not a fishy flavour. I hate when people use the term fishy, but but it's certainly got like it's
Stronger
not
flavour?
stronger flavour
Yeah.
than like a snapper or like a whitefish.
Okay.
But yeah, it's delicious. Very hearty.
I do like a good barramundi.
Bit of barra.
Yeah. Nice.
Potato.
Potato. So last week's question that you asked everyone
Yes.
was lots of responses, lots of comments. I really enjoyed reading all of them. There were some really great stories in there as well. So we had, and lots of really different dishes. Some like common themes was spag bowl, classic. And I'm assuming who wrote that is from Australia,
Yeah.
calling it spag bowl. Honey chicken, lots of roast, Sunday roast lamb, pork, all of that. Curried chicken pie and chips. Is that a Kiwi thing?
No,
No?
not that I know of. Anyway,
Okay.
curry pies are delicious, but
Yeah, curried chicken pie.
and chips. No, I mean
Yeah, okay. And there was lots of people that said this isn't a dish, but it's more about the produce. So lots of memories around getting a big bag of prawns and eating at the beach with family, Moreton Bay bugs, oysters, mud crab, abalone. So lots of memories around that kind of thing. So obviously a lot of people live coastal. And to be honest, a big bag of prawns just reminds me of Christmas. So that's a very fond memory of mine. Anyway, some amazing dishes in there. There were some funny stories in there. There were some really sweet stories. So we actually had someone who said what makes me nostalgic is Mickey D's SOS and Egg McMuffin. Can't have one of these without thinking about the time I scoffed one on the way home from the birth of my daughter. Sat on my own, proud father, absolutely terrified and excited for what was to come.
cute.
That's pretty cool. And I love that it was a McDonald's as well.
Mickey D's is McDonald's for our non-Australian viewers.
Mickey D's, Macca's, Golden Arches, any of those. There was another one. Oh, this one. One dish has to be chicken and porcini risotto. It's one of the first things I cooked for my partner 10 years ago to show her
Fancy.
I could cook a little. Yeah, you did well. Nice work. And finally, after 2 kids, a dog, and buying a house, they got engaged last week.
Oh,
So,
congratulations.
congrats, guys.
Caitlin's still not engaged.
No, 10 years, 1 dog, 1 house. It's all right. I'll take the food, babe. Just keep feeding me. So what's your answer to that question? Most memorable moment is really, oh yeah.
My nana's chicken a la king.
I don't know, can you see it in any of the frames? Probably
I
not.
think last week you could see it in that frame, but I'm not sure you can. Anyway,
It's a poster.
it's a poster.
Just- oh, yeah,
most people will see it.
Shift it.
I'll show you.
There you go.
This poster here.
Chicken a la king.
Nana Herndon. I remember it clearly. I remember eating it outside at her house in Foxton. She served it with rice. My grandfather was there as well, Gus, who was a military man. So apt that we're talking about him today.
Do you want to flick the thing around?
Sure.
Thank you.
And Gus is one of my nephews is named after him. Oh, Gus, my
Oh,
brother's
yeah?
son.
Yeah.
And this here, this is my great-grandfather's bugle from World War One. So this was made in London in 1916. He served in the English military, not the Australian or the New Zealand one. But yeah, that's pretty cool heirloom that I have.
Always sits on the kitchen shelf now.
Yeah, it's always close.
Next to Michelin Man.
Yeah. So here, I'm making it's probably not that quick, making a quick pickle. So I had some red carrots or purple carrots. I just got 50% water, 50% vinegar. I just used some apple cider, big pinch of salt, slice some carrots, and they go, turn the temperature off straight away. I was too busy gas bagging and it cooked, but that's okay. And we'll let them sit in there. You can serve them like that, put them in the fridge, They'll last for ages. It's also a great way to pickle red onions. Good way to put some acid into the dish. But that's that. I'm actually going to start cooking my fish in a second.
Okay. As in right now?
I might prep this first so that I don't get distracted.
Okay, nice. Well, I think my most memorable is, it's probably not necessarily just one occasion, but fish and chips on the beach. My dad was a clubby, so
a clubby? What's a clubby, Caitlin? Come on, no one knows
he
what a clubby is.
He was a lifesaver at Dicky Beach, so we kind of grew up at Dicky Beach in Caloundra. Spent a lot of time on the sand and in the ocean. He was a boat rower as well. So yeah, that was kind of our weekends, you know, getting fish and chips from the local shop, going down to the beach, eating it. I mean, it's probably very, very nostalgic for a lot of Kiwis and Australians.
And New Zealand does have better fish and chips than Australia. It's fact.
He says this.
It's scientific.
Every time
facts.
we've gone back there, you haven't been able to take me to one that was better.
What are you talking about?
But you don't like crumbed fish.
No,
Like,
because crumb fish is trash.
it's not trash.
No.
Sometimes batter is too much.
No, if
Crumb
you're going to
fish
get
is
fish
like
and
the
chips, it's
perfect
got to be
amount.
battered. Has to be battered. It's not fish and chips if it's crumbs.
Don't they do crumbed fish in
I
New
don't know.
Zealand?
I don't know. I'm just not a psychopath. I order real battered fish.
Be careful, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of Aussies in the comments defending the crumbed fish.
I don't know.
It's so good. Anyway, we'll move on.
We are, but we're going to England this year. We probably talked about that already. And not always, but in general, the English fish and chips is pretty good. I'll give it to them for that.
Yeah, so you would have had it when you lived over there.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Is it better?
I think it's different. It's hard.
Like different sides, right?
No, I mean chips. The chips are usually better.
Okay.
They kind of like actually make them themselves in a good chip shop.
Yeah.
They'll cut chips and actually double fry them themselves. Mushy peas, you don't get mushy peas here. They're pretty good. Yeah. The vinegar, you know, the malt vinegar, you don't really get here that much.
The wine bar I used to work in Melbourne used to have chips, malt vinegar, and I think it was aioli. I love the malt vinegar because I'm a salt and vinegar fan, so that was a winner for me.
And the pickled eggs are pretty good.
Is that eels? Is it
jellied eel? No, that's in the pie shop. Yeah, pie mash and liquor.
Can't picture that one.
Yeah, that is. I mean, they taste pretty alright, but they're not bad. But they're a tricky thing to eat. It's not like, yeah, I think it's a nostalgic thing, that one.
Okay.
Whereas the pickled egg's delicious.
So you've done them really fine.
Yeah, just finally chiffonade. I don't know, it's because I'm a silly chef. The snow peas. I think it's just easier to eat in a salad. Cut the potatoes in half. I've probably done too many. Sorry, cut the tomatoes in half. I've probably done too many potatoes, so we'll deal with those afterwards. I'm just going to tear these shimishis apart instead of cutting them. I think they just kind of naturally, you know, fall apart, or not fall apart, but they find their own way instead of cutting them. Keep it organic. And then I'm just going to fry them in a cast iron pan over a really high heat, just to get a bit of colour on them, soften them up a bit. Then we'll cook our fish.
And why are you doing them in cast iron?
I just like cast iron pans. I think they hold their heat really well. They retain their heat well. They've been around forever. I do these like old school cast iron, like traditional cast iron pans. The only not annoying thing, but they're heavy. So that's kind of, I guess, if you like have if you struggle, if you're a smaller person or you struggle with RSI or something, they're not the best pans to have. But there is like ones like, where is it? Here. Like these ones. I like these ones, and they're a lot lighter. This is by a company called Solid Technics.
So that's cast iron as well?
This is, I think technically yes, I could be wrong. It could be spun steel, but it's the same theory anyway. It's just a lot lighter. Not sponsored. I just like these pans. They're really good. These are good too. This is by a company, in case you wanted to know. Ironclad.
A Kiwi brand,
right?
Kiwi brand, yeah. Aussie Kiwi brand.
Kiwi brand. Both great pans. But yeah, heavy. You just need to know how to look after them, which isn't hard. And I'm doing a video on it. Actually, I did it the other day. At the moment.
Short?
A short, yeah.
Okay.
It's really not that hard. You just clean it carefully. Don't leave them to soak overnight. There's all these misconceptions that you can't use soap in them. That's a load of nonsense. You definitely can use soap. You don't want to scrub them too hard. If I was just cooking these in them with oil, I wouldn't scrub it with oil or with soap. I'd just use a paper towel and wipe it out. It's fine. Once you've finished cleaning it, make sure you dry it really, really well. Like really well. Like the best way to do it is to dry it with your tea towel. And if your oven's been on and you've turned it off, just shove it in there. Residual heat from the oven will dry it properly. And just give it a little bit of oil, just like this. Like that. Wipe it all around. Like that. On the handle, everywhere, and it won't rust. It'll stay perfectly fine. So there you go. There's the, you don't have to watch that short now. But do me a favor and watch it anyway, and like it and comment. Be like, oh, that was amazing.
You guys got a sneak peek. There was actually a few questions about knife care as well.
Care.
So just sharpening. Someone wanted to know whether you do it yourself or whether you send them away to get sharpened.
I sharpen my own knives. I do cheat a little bit. I have this spinning wheel, like an electric one, that you kind of pull through, and it has the proper angles. They work really pretty well. I'm not a knife geek. A lot of chefs are knife geeks. I'm not a knife geek. I like knives. I like my knives to be sharp, but I don't geek out on them. Yeah. I don't know. That's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I think for years I was always like, oh, I'm a chef. I have to be a knife geek. And then you kind of realize that that's silly. I have a lot of knives.
Lots of knives.
I have a lot of knives. What am I looking for? Where's my fish slice gone?
Your fish slice?
It's in the open your eye section, Andy.
There you go.
So, pan's hot, olive oil, the oil's starting to smoke. Get your mushrooms in. Don't move them too much. Mushrooms are like sponges, they just absorb oil. So, that's why you want to use a good quality oil, like olive oil, because it's going to taste like it. Or butter if you want to be, you want it to taste really good. Not that olive oil doesn't taste good. Careful, the Italians will come after you, Andy. And don't overcook them. Overcooked mushrooms are gross. I think that's why a lot of people were like, I don't like mushrooms. It's because they were fed overcooked, soggy mushrooms when they were kids. And then I understand, I don't like those mushrooms either.
Mushrooms have a great flavour.
So what'd you learn this week, Caitlin? Oh, you didn't prepare?
No. I thought maybe we were going to filter that out at some point. I didn't. So you obviously prepared then?
I mean, are you asking me?
I'm asking if you prepared. I'm deflecting the question.
I thought about it quickly, yeah. That's it, mushroom's done.
That's very quick.
Yeah. Don't use your fingers, use a fish slice. That's right there, your peanut. Done. All right, we're gonna cook some fish while Caitlin thinks about what she learned this week. Notice I've turned the heat off that because that pan's probably a bit hot for this fish to go in. It's still too hot. I thought, oh, I can cool that down really quickly because with the oil. It didn't, that just kept getting hotter. So I'm just gonna deflect to Caitlin again. Pour this oil out before it burns.
I mean, this is a cheat one, but I learned about my physical fitness capacities today.
You did.
I'm about to go into a 6-week challenge at my local gym, and you have to do a fitness test, cardio and strength before you start it, just so you can measure it. I think you have a mid-challenge check-in and then one at the end. So it was there was a bike in there, which I hate the bike, but there's a bike in there, and then like push-ups and planks and all of that. So just learnt my capacity in that realm. So, but I won't bore you with that. I'll bore you with it in 6 weeks when I've improved.
Or if you've improved. Or you'll never hear about it again.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you know nothing happened.
Yeah.
What did your coach tell you to look to stop doing?
Nothing. And hopefully he doesn't watch these videos. No, we need to think about things that we could potentially remove from our diet that will just help over the next 6 weeks. I feel like for the most part, our diet is pretty good, except for when we go out to dinner.
Or when
we splurge.
We are filming every day.
That's you though. I actually don't eat that much from the videos.
I don't eat much either. I try not to.
But I would say wine is probably my kryptonite. That's probably one thing I could reduce or just leave out for 6 weeks. But yeah, we'll see. I'm sure there's other things I can find. What'd you learn?
I read a lot about, I'm still going on the sourdough pizza thing. I cooked those pizzas that I showed you last week that I had going. So I'm still on that kind of bandwagon, reading a lot about that. Do it properly, people are watching away from you. Someone will yell at you in the comments. Yeah, that was what I really spent my time on this week. So I haven't got the heat back on that pan yet because it's still pretty hot. I am going to turn it on now. Olive oil, salt on the bottom. I'm not going to season the top yet because I'm going to press it down with the weight, and that'll just help get a more even colour along the bottom. We want to cook it slowly. We want that skin to crisp up nicely, cook through. We don't want to overcook the fish, so just take your time. You don't need like a ripping hot pan. It just needs to be a hot pan, if that makes sense.
I have a better version of that press.
Oh, what?
I said I've got a better version of that press. I just want to give to you.
This one works.
That's an old sample.
We are launching merch in a few months.
Yes, I think it's going to be the start of July. Okay. We just officially press go on the order. Obviously it needs to be produced and then make it to the warehouse, and so I think it'll be start of July, fingers crossed. Yeah. I've got a good question for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You might need to think about it, or maybe not. Someone noticed that you've always got an extensive use of hip hop instrumentals in a lot of your shorts. What's your top 5 hip hop albums that influence your music taste today? I probably should have prepared for that one.
There's so many good hip hop albums.
All right, just list off a couple.
I'll give you some artists. I'm not great with names. I know what I like, I know what I don't. I'm also not great with like albums. Like I've got lots of albums, I've got lots of LPs, but I like to listen to. Anyway, so some of my most favorite hip hop artists: Nas, Kendrick Lamar, Biggie, Warren G, DMX. I'm not really a Tupac fan, to be honest. Mobb Deep, the Fugees. There's so many. I could just keep going. Action Bronson.
So a few more, like a little bit more than 5.
Black. Stormzy, of course.
Yeah. And who are we seeing this weekend?
Black.
Yeah. Do we have any plans to come to Scotland?
Not this trip, no. I'd like to. I like Scotland.
I've been to Scotland. You've been to Scotland?
Yeah.
Glasgow, Edinburgh? Or both?
Edinburgh for Hogmanay. That was a lot of fun.
New
Year's Eve, yeah.
Okay.
We saw Fat Boy Slim play at Hogmanay. And then we snuck into a club, me and Brendan Penman. Snuck into a club. They were playing at a club after.
Named in shame, Brendan.
Yeah. It was just the two of us hanging out. We snuck into the club. Brendan's...
What do you mean snuck in? How old were you?
21, 22.
Why did you sneak in? Oh, like you didn't want to pay?
No, it was sold out. We didn't have tickets.
Right, okay.
And it was like, there's like this club door, like people on that side, people on that side. And Brendan goes, just walk. And we just walked straight through and walked in. And we were in. It was incredible.
All that confidence, right?
Yeah. He's a confident man, Brendan Penman. Anyway.
I did the end of my backpacking Euro trip in Scotland before going to UK and then home. So I stayed actually 2 weeks in Glasgow. The girl that I was traveling with, her family she had relatives in Glasgow. So we stayed at her cousin's apartment for 2 weeks. And then I think we did like just a day trip out to Edinburgh. But we also went to, I can't remember the lake we went to, out in the Highlands somewhere. It was just beautiful. So bloody cold though, and shortest days I've ever experienced in my life. I think actually my favorite memory of Glasgow was, because it rains all the time and it's really windy, but the rain's very light. And I remember seeing like a sign on graffiti on a wall, which basically said like, where umbrellas go to die. And I think in the next second I saw someone's umbrella go inside out, and yeah. Anyway, won't be going to Scotland this time, but have been and do love it. I just want to mention this comment. It's not a question.
Was it the one about less drinking and more food?
No, but we can mention that comment as well. I was going to focus on the positive ones. Because obviously we talked about in the last video how New Zealand doesn't always come up on the top 5 countries that watch. And obviously on this channel it did, which we got excited about. So someone left a comment, clearly from a Kiwi, saying, "Sure, Andy." Is that how you say it? Sure?
Sure.
Andy and Caitlin, us Kiwis got you. We may not be your number 1, but you're for sure ours. That's so sweet.
Cute. Cheer, bro.
Very cute. And yes, someone did leave a comment saying, not all of us drink, less about the wine, more about the food.
I don't drink either, but you know.
Andy doesn't drink. I do. And I only talked about wine for like 2 minutes of this video. I can get how...
Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to explain it. Food and wine, it
works, right?
Yeah, it's a thing.
And if you don't want to watch anything about wine because you don't drink, then Andy has a great channel called Andy Cooks, and it's only about food. There's no wine on there at all, so that's a good one for you.
Yeah.
We also had a guy trolling we didn't leave a message for us. He was just leaving a message on other people's comments saying, this is, people obviously comment about how they like how real it is, and that, it's just us in the kitchen talking.
Really saying it's fake.
Yeah, it's like we're so scripted and edited. YouTube's fake, they edit it down to make it look like whatever you want. I don't
Do you want to know the editing process? It's like pin the 3 things together, cut between the cameras.
I put some music, just some lo-fi hip hop music down the bottom, and that's it. Anyway, but you're always going to get that. You're always going to find trolls.
You learn really quickly putting yourself on the internet that not everyone likes you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But often people that don't like you like to tell you they don't like you, which kind of isn't okay. It's kind of weird, but hey.
Don't waste your time. Anyway, I think we're pretty lucky with this channel. It's a very wholesome everyone
channel.
Is very lovely on this channel. So what's going on? Wow, you really...
Well, I dressed my salad and I put it in a bowl.
Great.
My fish is going well. So I just dressed the salad. Do I need to flip this? I think I do. No, not that one. This one maybe. I just dressed the salad with this is sherry vinegar. This is a Spanish vinegar. It's expensive. I think it's I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure it's about 20 bucks a bottle, which for a vinegar is expensive. Goes a long way. I use this stuff all the time. And I've had this for 3 or 4 months, and it's only that deep. You don't need much of it, but it's it's like a cheats dressing, I call it.
Right.
Because if I'm in a restaurant, of course I make a proper dressing and emulsify oil into things and flavour it, blah 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 blah. If I'm at home, I don't have a big batch of dressing just ready to go, so I just use some sherry vinegar. And the reason I like to use sherry vinegar is because it's nice, has a nice sweetness, has a good flavour. Yeah, so that's my ingredient of the week.
Where'd you get it from?
I got it from, I don't know the name of that supermarket that's up next to the Ace Hotel. You know, like a market, like a veg in it, and I don't know the name of it. You'll be able to get it at for fancy grocers
Yeah,
or
Ace the Cali.
oh, the Cali, sorry, in Brisbane.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there is a fancy supermarket there.
What's that one online? Not Providores. Essential Ingredient. They'll sell it in Australia. In the States, you can probably buy it on Amazon because you can buy everything on Amazon. So. Yeah. It came out all right, didn't it? My
It
nest
looks great. Looks lovely. I'm excited for dinner. Someone asked what our pet peeves with each other.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good one. Lots of little pet peeves. How long do we have?
What?
When Caitlin leaves her car with the music up really loud and turns it off and then puts it away. So then you get in a car and I don't really drive Caitlin's car much anymore, but you get in the car and you turn it on, it's like 5 in the morning and the music just blasts. That's a pet peeve of mine.
It's a good one.
You?
Mine would have to be, so when it's just Andy and I, like, personal, like cooking and all of that, I do the dishes. And I usually do them at nights and every morning, like, so the butler's is kind of always, the kitchen's always clean. So you've got a dirty dishwasher, like it's full of dirty plates. It's not full, it's only maybe a couple of cups and some plates. Every morning, without fail, Andy's stuff just goes straight in the sink. Doesn't matter if it's his breakfast bowl, if it's his water bottle from the gym, his coffee cup, always in the sink. Never checks the dishwasher to see if it will go in there. Now I'm fine doing the dishes, but I was just like, all you have to do is just peek in and be like, oh, is it clean or dirty? It's dirty, great, I'll pop my dish in there. That saves Caitlin one extra thing.
Yeah, right, there you go.
You guys have started something now.
Yeah, I'm not going to change.
Neither.
It's too late now.
Neither. Music is very important to me.
That's fine.
It needs to be
I
loud.
like listening to music too in the car, but you turn it down
Don't
on
drive my car.
on the drive.
Don't drive my car. No, it's fine.
Pretty sure it's my car, but anyway. It's in my name.
This is a very good looking dish.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. You got more questions?
Oh,
or?
there's so many.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do like,
Quick fire round. And then we'll eat our dinner.
what was the restaurant we mentioned in Footscray, the banh mi one?
Oh.
Do you remember what, New Line? No. New Line Bakery?
Yeah, New Line's pretty good. There's quite a few. New Line's pretty good though.
Yeah. A few people asked about the glasses I use.
Riddell.
No, these are just Krosno. I do have some Riedel glassware, but they're expensive and then they break and I get sad. So this is just, it's Krosno with a K, and I think I buy them from Maya when they're on sale, and they're pretty good price, and they're nice. Like if they're still thin glass, a good stem. I like the shape. It's important. Yeah, so that's what they are. And someone also asked, did I ever consider doing a wine pairing section for the videos for the home cook to learn what goes blah, blah, blah? You know, maybe as I expand my knowledge on wine pairing with food, maybe I'll explore that then. Maybe not on this channel, or maybe talk a little bit, or yeah. Last week's dish, could you do it with kangaroo? And
yes, absolutely. Delicious.
do you cook much with kangaroo?
No, I don't. Don't know why. But yes, you absolutely could do it with kangaroo. It'd be a perfect dish to do with kangaroo.
Nice. Cool.
Kangaroo, like venison's very lean. You can't overcook it, and you've got to, yeah.
Okay,
You
cool.
can't overcook it.
Awesome.
I think Simo's going to get us a goat next. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, okay. What would you cook with goat off the top of your head? Curry?
Yeah, goat curry.
Yeah. Is that just that meat lends itself really well to curry?
You gotta cook it. You gotta cook it.
Oh, okay.
Pretty tough, otherwise it's good,
Right.
but you gotta cook it. Excuse you.
Sorry. And then this is obviously the final one. Question for you is, which meal do you cook all of the time for yourselves?
Well, you don't. You cook yourself
Breakfast.
Eggs and spinach.
I cook myself breakfast every day, and it's eggs and some greens, and then I put sauerkraut on there, and then some chili sauce. That's my breakfast. What do you cook all the time? Like, as in?
I mean, I don't cook much for myself But I mean, I cook
But
oats
what do you
every
cook
morning.
for us all the time?
We
do a lot of-
I do a lot of that, like in the winter, the one pot thing that I did
Yeah.
here. A lot of stuff like this, like a lot of grilled meat. Usually we've got a barbecue just there, which is handy. So like a grilled piece of chicken, with rice and veg, like really simple stuff.
Yeah.
Or like that, I might sometimes like dress it, but
Yeah.
we eat pretty simply when we're not. Because it's really hard to, like we're just always surrounded, we're so spoilt with food, right? Like we're always surrounded by like restaurant food, or like food that's not great for you.
Yeah.
And you just put on weight really easily. So when
But
we're,
I also think we both, well, you know, this part of the world, we grew up in households which your staple dinner is
meat and 3 veg.
meat and 3 veg. So I think that's kind of what getting ingrained in your mind is like what I should have for dinner every
I
night.
love steak and veg.
Steak and veg is good. Yeah. Lamb. I had a lot of lamb chops growing up. Dad loved the lamb chop. And char them on the barbecue. Nice.
Overcook them.
Well done lamb chops.
Yeah.
Lamb chops are fine. Well done.
I disagree.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that to the chef. All right, and I'm going to leave you guys with a final question this week. So I just want to know, what's your go-to local? So where you live, can be a cafe, restaurant, bar, pub, wherever. What's your favorite place that you go to? What's your local?
What's your local? We don't have a local cafe anymore. It's over there.
Well, in there.
Yeah, the cafe, it's in there.
Yeah.
I'm making coffee every morning.
It doesn't have to be a cafe. You don't have to answer it. You answer it next week whenever else answers.
Okay.
So, all right.
But it can be anything, because not everyone's going to have a cafe. Not
No,
everyone's...
that's why I said. Did you listen?
No.
I said cafe, restaurant. Someone's getting tired. Bar.
I'm getting hungry.
Pub, surf club, brewery, winery. It could be anything. Anything to do with food.
Pandipuri spot,
Bakery,
aloo gobi spot,
cheese shop, like
burger shop.
whatever you want. Like, what is your local?
Cool.
All right. It's time to eat this. This looks really good though.
Thanks.
All right. Bye everyone.
Peace.
See you next week.